YouTube, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Let's Build episode. Yes, this time we built a building in HO scale. We built Aunt Lucy's house from WALTHERS Cornerstone. It's modeled in 3 colors and clear plastic, including interior LED lights by Wisman. Yes, so without further ado, let's start this episode. Have fun! Here we have the kit. Aunt Lucy's house modeled in 3 colors, clear plastic, including LED lights by Wisman. So let's open it. But I heard from Tim's Trains that it is a pretty easy build. So what do we have here? The instruction for this kit. This looks pretty straightforward, as always with these WALTHERS Cornerstone kits. Cornerstone. Then here we have the individual Wisman house illumination. Okay. This is this one. That's for the lights for Wisman. Okay, so we put that aside. And then we have here the kit. And this kit looks pretty straightforward. They already have the glass on it. So this is a really straightforward kit. Okay, so I will put this here and then we look what we have to do first. Number 1. Insert porch support timbers to base. Insert porch floor to support timbers. Insert windows to the left. Window, small window. So this is all pretty straightforward. So that's the base. Then let's see what we have here. All the walls, we will have to weather them. Then the roof. Another roof. Okay, that's for the house to the side. Front porch. Windows, 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 and windows, and floor tiles. They are blue. What the fuck? Okay. And here we have also, now you see it's an old Kibri model. So here we can cut out some pictures for the windows. Maybe this will look nice. And we put light behind it. So this is to absorb the light, but we have this Wisman light kit, so we can put in this part. And we have a chimney. And that's pretty much it, yes. And here you can see the end product with some light weathering. And we will also do some weathering on this building. And I have to say, I think I will have to paint this one here. This has to be brown. So, but first, where do we start? Should I start with weathering the building? Because if I weather it first, then I can, afterwards I can add the glass and everything. Let's see how this looks. This is pretty neat. Never seen it like this. So if you put this, then you can easily add them in here and you're done. And now it's the wrong way. So, done. That's pretty nice. What is up? This is up, so I have to turn it around again. And it's done. This looks pretty easy. That's a really easy build. So the question is, should I weather it first or should I weather it after? I mean, if I weather it now, then I will have to stop again in between steps because I have to let it dry. But the great thing for you, the viewer, is we can make a cut, and then when I'm done, when it's dry, I will come back. So first I will take out all the walls. Also this one here we can easily weather. The base we go away, and this one I will have to paint. And yes, like Tim was telling me, it's a pretty straightforward kit, and that's nice. So it has everything on it with all these snap-on grids, so you can't do it wrong. That's, I have to say, is pretty nice. So that means this one we will paint. Is it here also? Yeah, maybe we can leave this part blue. Slightly weathering. I have to find a brown. Well, first I will have to take a coat of white over it. Yeah, primer. Okie dokie. So, we take everything away. This is a pretty neat system. They mold two plastics over it in one go, it looks like. And that's how you get the blue and the white plastic. That's pretty neat, I have to say. It's almost like MVP discs in disc golf, making also kits, building kits for Walthers. Who knows? So that means we have, let's take it away again. We have all the walls, chimney on the side. So those are the parts we will now have to weather, and this one I have to paint. So, and for the wash I will use this game wash. I will try it with the sponge technique. That's how I also do my rocks. So, but I will make it a really thin wash. I will add some normal water. So now it's just a thin black wash. Where's my sponge? Here. So, and now maybe I can, no I can't. So I will take just a bit and we will try to work with this one. And maybe you can't really see it, but there is a bit of black on it, and we let it dry, and so this takes away the white plastic look. And I will add pigments, of course. I will add some powders for sure. But first we will add just a little bit of a black wash. And I also have to decide where this building has to go on the layout. So maybe I will make it a little dirtier for the layout then afterwards, because if it's next to the tracks, then this house would be really dirty because of all the diesel exhaust from the trains passing by. And yes, you could say, that's not worth it, you can't see it. I have to say, in the end, you will see it. And I primed the veranda just straight white, and I will color it with some acrylic markers, and we'll paint them brown. And I have to say, this kit really well done. After the first coat of weathering is done, it's still drying, but it's not that flat white again. So we will soon be able to paint it even more. And now we go with the ground plate. I will put down some earth, and so we have earth all around here. I try to do that. I will use my self-mixed earth texture ground, and I did this with RTS, brown earth and white. I mixed them together to get it a little lighter. These one are from RTS, and you can order them on RTS-Switzerland. rtsgreenkeeper.ch. You can also order it from Germany, but I will tell you, go to the Swiss shop, order it there. So, and I will try to paint this all over here so that we have nice earth texture on this plastic. Then I will let it dry, and then I will also add a little more earth powder to it. Well, maybe we can do this right afterwards, because then the powder sticks to the ground cover. And I have to say, in the end, you won't really see this, but I like to know that it is there. And I mean, in the end, like this, we can add it easy to the layout, and it will blend in to the ground. So here I have to be a bit so yeah, I think this should work. And now I will add a little bit of earth, and here you can see I'm using the fine earth, also from RTS. And afterwards, when it's dry, you can take the stuff you don't need away. And just so you know, this is real earth. And now we let this sit and dry. and afterwards we can put it away and reuse it. Now the idea is to paint this here brown. If we can find something from the play markers or the real color markers. Both are from AK Interactive and both are great. That's the RCM 007. Yeah, this is maybe better. I will start right here to just paint. Those markers are really cool to paint with. You just have to prime the surface and you're good to go. And they're drying super quick. So this shouldn't be an issue. And I also use them to color my figures in 1:87 scale, so you can also paint small things. You can already see that there is a pattern, just a texture from itself, from the marker itself. And this is pretty cool. But now, look at this. Already dry, almost dry. Now we let it dry. This is the RCM 007 brown from the real color markers from AK. They come in a variety of colors, and there's a second layer with even more colors. Well, I hope it will work. Yeah, this looks good. So, and now you also get a little pattern. You can see it here and here. So it's not always the same gray because I added a little bit of water, maybe 2 drops. But I think in the end this will look good. So in comparison, you see here on the right is the original one with a slightly dark wash, and here's the painted one. So now we will paint also the second. So now that we have glued everything in place, we will build up the house completely now. So that means we have to glue or stick together the walls like this. Those are pretty easy, so we don't have to glue them. Maybe I have to put in some putty inside here because here's a little gap. And we will glue this stuff to the base. So I think first we will glue this one to the base. This should be an easy task, like this. Tack, tack, it's in. So yeah, we don't need to glue it because it's holding. But we will glue this guy maybe in place. Yeah, this should work. So like this, and like there should be some sort of so like this. So this we will glue. Take this away. Then I would say put some glue on here and also on here, not in the holes. So then we will try to fit this in place. Now it's in place. Now you can see here the front deck is already in place. Maybe we have to put some weight on it so that it glues down, but it should. So next will be the walls. So that's this one and this one. This comes here, and that's pretty neat system. You can just pull this in place here, add it there, and then it should hold. So it's a pretty easy kit, really, I have to say. So I put glue on here, also on here. And I hope this does not dry instant because it's quick, but as you can see, already in place. Here we have a problem. So like this. So then you can hold it in place, and now we have the first walls of the house. So it's pretty straightforward. And this really snaps together. It's awesome. This really snaps. You heard that. And look at this. The next wall is done. This wall I did not even glue in, and it still fits perfect. It snaps together. So that means I will only glue this wall. And here we have to be fast with the glue. Maybe I should use, next time I should use my other glue. And we can fill in some gaps because there are some small gaps, but I think you can't see it when the building is in place. But so far I have to say this looks pretty nice, pretty decent. Great building. Like this. And now it's time to glue this stuff on here and put the last, the small side roof on. This one is of course here on the front. I hope you can see it on the camera, here on the front, because here it's open so you can walk through. Yes, I can say it one more time. This is a pretty nice, straightforward kit. I still have to say the most work you have to do is gluing all this window stuff inside. That's the biggest work. So that means like this. And on top of that, you will have the roof like this. So that means we have to glue this stuff in place, because the roof also has some of those points, and I hope we can manage to put everything in. Here it fits. And it's in. That's the whole magic. That's the whole magic. And we have a pretty nice building. Look at this. This side. Then this side with the front door. This side. And the back door, or also maybe a front door. Depends on how you set up the building, but I think I will put it on the layout so you have the view on this side, because this is the nicer side to look at, I would say. And maybe the train goes by here, we will see. So for the end, for the finish, we have to set up the roof, and somewhere should be the chimney. Oh no, there are more. There are also those parts, they have to go on the roof on the side, on the front. But I think I will add those when I'm done with the lighting. And now I have to see, here's the chimney. So we can put in the chimney also. That's the whole build. That's the building. So now I will show you some nice cinematic shots of the final building. Enjoy. So yeah, this was the build of Aunt Lucy's house. I know I'm not 100% finished. We still have to do the lighting, and then when the lighting is done, we have to add the roof and give him some final touch with some weathering. But for now, I would say this was the build of this really cool kit from Walthers. I would say this is an 8 out of 10. I could recommend this also for beginners because it's really easy to understand, really straightforward to build, to set up. You really don't have to do that much if you don't want to, but of course you can add some lighting, yes, and some weathering. We did some light weathering. Maybe I will also add a bit more, but for now this is the final build. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, just leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I don't know why you shouldn't. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.